Hi, Rami.
Hi, Taylor.
Welcome to Much Ado About Some Shit, where every week Rami tries to talk me into watching garbage television by walking me through some amount of a garbage show.
Uh-huh.
What are we doing, Rami?
So we are returning to our favorite, least shitty show. We're doing The Mole again.
Fuck yeah!
We're finishing up The Mole Season 2.
All right.
So, do you remember where we were last episode?
Some people were gone.
Yes.
Some of these lovely people. Quick
So-
note to any of our audio-only listeners. We have images here of the participants. However, this is not crucial to the plot. We will vocalize everything we're talking about. This is just so that I can have a visual aid to know who the fuck is who.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember names, but I remember faces.
So I do have a new slide for us. If my thing, yeah. Because we have lost Jen, Andy, Tony, and Melissa. So we're left with Ryan, Michael, Hannah, Sean, Nish, Muna, Q, and Deanna.
Right.
So,
Everybody was being real suspicious of Muna,
yes.
which... Who did I feel? Oh, okay. So I do
Yes.
remember some things. So Michael is now a stay-at-home dad.
No.
No. Oh, that wasn't Michael.
That
was
wasn't Michael.
Sean.
That was Sean.
Sean is now a stay-at-home dad, but he was an undercover cop. Michael's gay. He's the gay
Yes.
one that we love. That's all I remember.
Okay. You don't remember?
It really stuck with me that Sean is was a undercover cop because I'm
Absolutely.
like, well, he can lie.
Exactly. That was his fucking life.
That was his. He had to do it well,
Yes.
or die.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That'll develop a fucking skill.
Yes. Well, I mean, we talked about, so there was the whole, like a midnight movie night.
Right.
And Michael went and saw Sean's little movie about how he would play the mole.
Right.
And Michael also realized from day one, Sean saying, "Oh, I'm a stay-at-home dad."
Uh-huh.
And he's not wearing a wedding ring.
Oh yeah.
Because he
Noticed that,
developed
too.
not wearing a wedding ring when he was an
he's-
undercover cop.
Yep.
So
that people wouldn't know that he had a weakness.
exactly. Hannah double-crossed Tony a little bit.
Dun dun dun.
By not giving him information about Ryan.
Oh yeah, Hannah's playing very. I'm a pretty girl and I get what I want. Which is annoying, but possibly a good mole strategy.
Yes. Nish wants to be the leader all the time. Q is like all about putting money in the pot.
Right.
And Deanna is a web sleuth.
That's right. Don't fuck with cats.
Yes. So the last place we left, they were in the middle of an auction challenge.
Okay.
So there were 3 auction items, and for each round that they didn't bid, $5,000 would be added to the pot.
Okay.
First 2, nobody bid on anything. The last one, it's an exemption.
Ooh.
And the way this auction works is they're using money from the prize.
pot.
There is $59,500 in the pot at this point.
Uh-huh.
And someone bid the whole $59,500.
Oh my god.
Putting the pot at 0
Yep.
for this person getting an exemption.
Yep.
And our host is like, does anyone want to reveal that they took the exemption?
No.
That would probably be the smart thing to do, right?
Yeah.
No. Nish is like, yeah, I took it.
Niche.
Yeah, because he's like, well, I have been so unselfish this whole time.
So I'm gonna be extra
So
selfish.
I'm gonna be extra selfish.
right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's fucked up.
Yeah, that don't work like that,
No.
man.
So no one's very happy with him, obviously.
I was gonna guess it was Hannah.
That's totally fair.
Because she and what's his bucket, who's gone now,
Yeah.
risked the whole pot out of stubbornness early.
Yep.
Interesting.
He gives a non-apology. He's like, I can't apologize because I'd do it again.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
The immunity only works once, my guy.
Seriously, like they only get to not take the quiz once.
Yeah. That's a short game, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's hoping somebody else will do something to piss everybody off for the next one.
Probably. I mean, Hannah has been known to do that. Mm-hmm. Quiz time.
Okay.
Do you want to guess who goes home?
Well, not Niche.
Yep, true. So,
I'm gonna guess, I don't know, Ryan?
Q.
Aww.
Q goes home.
Cute.
However, he comes back
Oh.
basically immediately.
Oh.
The next morning, the rest of the players are tasked with, they can vote to bring him back in.
Uh-huh.
And if they bring him back, they will add $20,000 or $50,000 to the pot. I didn't write it down.
I mean, considering it's at zero.
Zero.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Yeah. Well, some people vote no.
Oh.
Because they're like, well, he is gone, so he has more information. It's a better advantage. And like...
Would he have gotten any information yet, though?
Exactly. He went home yesterday.
Especially if they were going to had the door open of bringing him back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they wouldn't have told him shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless he's the mole.
Right. I mean, the only thing that I could think of is, okay, I got the questions wrong, so you can work from that.
Sure.
But still, like,
Still.
at this stage in the game, it's not, you can't narrow down who exactly it is.
Right, yeah.
So.
Not at this point.
No. If you're Q, you still have 5 possibilities.
Yeah.
So the way that this works is everybody votes via text.
Okay.
And then they bring Q back. And they say, okay, Q, you can come back if you guess how many people voted no and how many people voted yes.
Damn.
And Sean and Michael, I believe both voted no.
Okay.
And Sean is like, I've wanted you in this game the whole time, buddy.
Buddy?
Now, prior to this, the host told everybody who voted what.
Yeah.
So Muna is like, whoa. He voted no, and he's telling Q he voted yes. That's wild. And he's being very, very convincing. And Muna is like, Q, listen to me. This many people voted yes. This many people voted no. Say that, and you're back in the game. And Q is like, oh. Is she doing this? But there's something about the way that Muna is saying this that reminds him of his mother.
Just, child.
Yes.
Listen to me.
Exactly. So because of that.
I love that so much.
Right?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. So because of that, Q is like, okay, I'm going to listen to Muna.
Yep.
And he's back in the game.
Yeah, Mama Muna coming in clutch.
So they add money to the pot. Thank God, because they need it. Next is the cave expedition.
Okay.
So the way I watched these episodes about 3 times. And I, yes, I'm kind of half paying attention because I'm sitting here trying to write. But I watched it 3 times. And they have to, decode... There's messages on the wall. And there's, one cave that's, dry and open. And there's one cave that's a river.
Okay.
And they are split into 2 teams. And they each have to decode these messages. And hopefully they get the same idol. There's, these little statues.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get the same one. If they get the same... there's different idols to throw them off. There's a monkey and a tiger and a fish.
Okay.
And if they bring back the correct one, they add more money to the pot.
Okay.
Now, if they bring the incorrect idol, they don't get anything.
Okay.
They only bring back, of the 2 teams, they only bring back 1 correct idol. Because Niche is being pushy. And, I feel like it's this. Oh, these are the sequences, so let's go with that one because it's different.
Niche, what's your plan, man?
Right? He wants to, be in charge.
Yeah.
And Hannah says as much. She's like, Niche just wants to be in charge and be the one making the decision. It doesn't matter if it's the wrong decision.
Yeah.
He just wants to be the one that makes the decision.
Uh-huh.
And that's a little sus sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
Or he's a man.
yes. Yeah, there's that.
There's that. It's hard to say. I do still think it's funny that they've been suspicious of Muna when it's like all these other fuckers are being suspicious as hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, are y'all profiling her? What the fuck is happening?
Right. Well, and like the thing that most people point to with Muna, especially at this point in the game, is, oh, she was the third one, like the third last one to leave of the whole like staying in the restaurant thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Hannah was the very last. She got the exemption. Tony was the second
Second to
and
last.
Muna was the third.
Okay.
Because she wouldn't let it get past 20,000, I think is what it was.
Okay.
She was like, nope, can't watch it completely drain.
Yeah.
But Tony and Hannah let it drain to 9,000.
Yeah.
So,
So why the fuck?
yeah, exactly.
Hannah's over here being sus as hell. And they're like, but Muna, though.
Well,
Whatever.
and Deanna's thing too. Deanna watched Muna's like how I would play the mole video.
Okay.
And Deanna is like, the way she is playing is how she said she would play as the mole. That's one of
Interesting.
Deanna's things.
Yeah. I guess how I play social deduction games is I play exactly the same.
Yes.
Whether I'm the Decepticon or a goodie.
Well, and here's the thing too about those videos. Number one, if you're a good player, even if you haven't been decided as the mole, you're gonna fake out
Yeah.
how
No,
you're gonna
game
play.
starts the second it goes. Like
yeah,
the second
not
you're
even.
in the audition room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even before that, sometimes.
Yeah. Before you're even selected, game's begun.
Exactly. I have a
Like-
fun story of something like that, but I'm not gonna.
I love
have
that.
stuff to do.
Well, like when I play Werewolf or Secret Hitler or any of those games where it's like every now and then you're the baddie. I always play a little chaotic,
Yeah.
a little fast and loose and sus when
Even
I'm
when
the
you're not.
goodie.
Yeah,
To prepare for when I'm the baddie.
Yeah.
You're always playing the game.
See, I think about I have a background in theater
Uh-huh.
and performance,
Uh-huh.
and I went to a very fancy college for it for a whole year.
Woo.
But before, so I was on my way to an interview to audition for this school,
Yeah.
and we were in a big city that we were not used to, and my mom and I couldn't figure out the parking.
Yeah.
And so we were sitting there trying to figure it out, and this random man comes up and is like, oh, yeah, these machines are a little weird. And we're like, yeah, we're not from here, so it's a little difficult. We don't know what we're doing. So he helps us with it. We're very kind to him. Everything's great. I walk into my interview. That's the man that was interviewing me.
Yep.
So even before,
Always. Your actions have long-standing consequences.
Yes.
In every situation, including social deduction games.
the other part of this cave expedition, Deanna is very claustrophobic. And she gets put on the river cave team, which is less of an open space. So she's terrified. But people are like, okay, is she lying and acting because she's the mole? So,
Could be.
yep.
I remember from when the OG, well, maybe it wasn't OG, but the one from the early noughts that I watched growing up, there was one time where a guy, like the challenge involved like some kind of hike or whatever, and one of the contestants was a big guy, and he like had like a medical event
Oh.
and was like taken away in an ambulance, and everybody else, like they had journals that season,
Okay.
and everybody else wasn't able to keep their journal at the end of that episode, but because he hadn't been there, he got to keep his journal. I don't remember
Weird. Okay.
fully what that was about. He ended up being the mole.
Oh. Well, that's why.
Yeah.
He
Well,
got to keep it.
But that was because he had been carted away in an ambulance.
Uh-huh.
Like, they don't half-ass this shit.
No.
Sometimes it's like, go all the way. Do the most.
Uh-huh.
Because then nobody was suspicious that, the mole still had a diary.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Well, and so that also brings up a point that I wanted to talk about in this, is I want to know how much the mole is actually involved with some of the things.
Right.
Because later we're going to talk about this lunch that happens that is designed by the mole.
Interesting.
But does the mole actually know about that?
There's definitely some production involvement, but how much?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just interested to see how much that's actually a factor in this. But
Yeah.
I digress. It's quiz time again.
Oh boy.
Because it never fucking ends. Do you want to guess this time?
Niche, I don't know.
It's Q. Q goes home again.
Q.
It really sucks.
Man.
Yeah.
You're 0 for 2, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right. It's sad. Then we have the bomb detector mission. It's very complicated. They're split up into 2 teams of 2 and then a team of 3.
Okay.
So Muna and Hannah are paired and they do very well together. They defuse their bomb perfectly.
Nice.
And so because of the way that they defuse the bomb, that indicates what everybody else's bomb could be.
Oh.
So they do their bomb perfectly.
Yeah.
If the other team gets theirs wrong, which they do, that means that there's only one other possibility for the third team.
Gotcha.
So Hannah and Muna tell Michael and Ryan, hey, this team cut this wire and they were wrong, this other team. So the only possible one is this. You have to cut this wire. They cut the other wire. So only Muna and Hannah win them money.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, wild.
To trust or not trust.
Exactly. Well, and I think that's what they're trying to play it off as, but then I think Ryan is like, well, Michael cut the wire, so did he do that on purpose to sabotage because he's the mole? Like, there's lots of...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a little sus of Michael.
You're sus of Michael?
Yeah, I don't know, he's very perceptive. And kind of just flying under the radar a bit, but then there's little things like that where I'm like,
Yeah. Is there anyone you think is the mole?
No, not yet.
No.
I am sus of Michael, but I'm sus of like 3 people.
Okay, all right. Well, because the last season that we covered, you were like, I knew it. So I wanted to see who your idea was.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Okay.
I also can't remember if I actually meant that I knew that. Or if I was
You
like, yeah,
bitch.
totally.
Knew that the whole fucking time.
I knew the whole time.
Anyway. So on their way home to the hotel room, they are stopped. They're in 2 separate cars. And they're stopped. They have to do a negotiation challenge. So one person from each vehicle has to be sent to negotiate with the other car. The way this works is that if one team could get an exemption. Or they could add $50,000 to the pot. Or they get nothing.
Interesting.
Team 1 has to convince Team 2 to take the money, but Team 1's going to take the exemption and then they get the exemption. If they both put money, they get money. Now, also the whole car gets exemptions, not just the person negotiating. So this is big.
Yeah.
It's Sean and Muna who are chosen as the negotiators. Because Hannah is like, hey, Sean, do you want to do this? Because you were an undercover cop. And Ryan is in that car and she's like, what? She had no clue.
I feel like it's probably not Ryan.
Probably not.
Because she's been unless everybody else is acting so sus and so selfishly that she's not having to lift a goddamn finger.
Well, and so Hannah was suspicious of Ryan because of a mistake she made during a mission.
Right.
But
Everybody
who
else is
knows?
being a lot more sus than her, so
Exactly.
either this is a masterclass in let them hang themselves, or
Yes.
or it's not her.
Yes. Sean is trying to convince Muna that they're going to go for the money. Ryan wants the exemptions, but they want the money, so they're going to do that. Muna is like, I'm all money. I don't give a shit what they say. We're doing money.
Yeah.
So Sean chooses exemptions. So if Muna chooses money, Sean, Ryan, and Hannah get exemptions.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But if she chooses exemption, nothing
happens. Okay.
Muna chooses exemption because she doesn't trust Sean to actually go for the money. So they get nothing.
Okay. Well, that was effective.
Right? I don't recall what exactly this pot is at this point, but it is not in the six figures.
Rip. They've been keeping it pretty low.
Yeah. And we're at like episode 7 at this point. There's 10 episodes.
Yeah, like this isn't great.
No. Quiz time. Nish goes home.
Ah, Nish.
I'm kind of happy.
Well,
Sorry, dude.
sorry, dude. You were just kind of a lot sometimes.
Yes. At breakfast the next morning, Deanna and Ryan are not down at breakfast. And this is very suspicious because Muna is usually the last one there.
Sure.
Because Deanna and Ryan have been taken. They're kidnapped. So they have to, it's very similar to the first kidnapping mission that they did. It's just in a different spot and they have some different rules.
Okay.
For instance, they have a phone. They can call the taken people. However, each phone call only lasts 15 seconds and costs $5,000 of their potential earnings.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, easy come. Easy go.
Sean pushes to call them almost immediately.
Well, I mean...
Which is fair,
yeah,
I think.
I feel like I would want to, start with a phone call to get the foundation going.
Yes. See, what can you see? What can you hear?
Yeah, start with
what kind of thing are you in?
Yeah.
Are you in a house? Are you in a basement?
Are you in a warehouse?
Yeah.
Something to start with.
Yes. They do localize it down to this jetty area.
Okay.
So that's a plus, but still, there's a ton of places that they could be.
Yeah.
They could be on a boat. So Sean pushes to make phone calls, and Muna does not. Okay, so they locate an area they have to be at to get keys in order to unlock the chains that Deanna and Ryan are in.
Okay.
As well as the lock on the door.
Okay.
Muna does not locate the correct key the first time they go.
Okay.
So they have to go all the way back and find the correct key.
Oof.
Ryan also calls a clock tower a statue. Yeah.
The fuck, Ryan?
Yeah. Which
I
Deanna
mean...
is suspicious about. She's like, it's a fucking clock tower, not a statue.
Right. It could be one of those... It's a structure, statue!
Well, and she calls it a Big Ben looking statue.
Okay.
Now, also in this game of telephone, literal telephone that they're playing, the other team doesn't catch the Big Ben part.
Oh.
So Sean is like, statues, we're looking for statues. There's no fucking statues.
Big Ben looking statue.
Yes.
Big Ben looking ass.
Okay. Okay, at this point, they only get part of the pot because they made at least 2 phone calls bringing it down.
Yeah.
But there is a total of $85,000 in the pot
Okay.
right now. It's not bad,
It's not bad.
but it's way less than they could have gotten
Yeah.
if someone hadn't spent $59,000.
Who isn't even fucking there anymore.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. It'll be hilarious to me if the mole just didn't have to do much because of shit like that. Where
Right.
people are like, actually, fuck everyone else. I'm going to use all the money.
Right? Yeah.
What the fuck, guy?
Exactly.
That's seriously niche. What the fuck? I'm still mad at Hannah for sitting on letting the pot drain all the way.
Right, yeah. Well, and I can imagine too, so in that auction challenge when Niche lost them $59,000, the mole may have also done that, but because the mole is the mole, the exemption automatically went to the next player who bid the most.
Could have been.
So it's possible.
Yeah, could have been.
So then the mole
was
could have been
just-
like, you just wasted so much money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true.
it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Y'all just playing wild, man.
That's for real.
Everyone here is a wild card.
Yes. Then they are informed that at the next quiz, 2 players are going to go home.
Ooh.
Yeah. Before that, though,
Uh-huh.
they are asked to send the most trustworthy player to lunch,
Okay.
where they choose several entrees that can be picked. There are
Okay.
these little bow baskets.
Yeah.
The player that gets sent can choose between these numbered baskets. They don't know what's in them, but there are things like game over. There's an exemption, and there's $20,000. Hannah is sent because everybody is too suspicious of everybody else. And they're like, okay, Hannah, you've said your team money this whole time. Prove it.
I'm calling bullshit. Calling bullshit. She's
Well-
one of the people who wasted the most money.
Yes, but since then, she has added the most money to the pot.
Seems like compensating to me.
Fair.
But whatever.
Hannah is sent to lunch and picks the money.
Okay.
So everybody is very proud.
She did what she said she was going to
Yes. Deanna is literally like, you know what? I don't know if I would have done that. So good job.
do. Yeah.
And then it's the quiz.
2 people
Two.
leave.
Ryan goes home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Knew it wasn't her.
The next person to go home, because it's 2 this time,
Right.
is Deanna.
Aww.
I was very sad to see Deanna go.
I like Deanna. I kind of figured that those two, because I feel like the 4 strongest players are Muna, Michael, Hannah, and Sean.
Yeah.
Like, they've been powerhouses this whole time.
Yeah.
And all suspicious as hell
Yes.
at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Well, Muna's the least suspicious of all of them, but she's getting more suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's the nature of the game.
It is. It is.
So,
Lies.
yeah.
Lies and deceit.
So the only ones, our final 4 is Michael, Hannah, Sean, and Muna.
Yep.
They have an art heist mission
Oh my god.
where Michael becomes a human claw machine and must pick up pieces of art and verify that they are like by the real artist. There's like a monkey stamp on them, and some of them have the tail going the wrong way.
I feel
or-
like Animal Crossing trained me for this.
Yes. Yes.
Red's goddamn boat.
Yes.
Why does the Mona Lisa have eyebrows on point? Anyway.
Because she's yassified. Okay. So Michael's a human claw machine, has to verify that these pieces of art are real.
Yeah.
The other players are using a pulley system to control Michael.
Oh.
They get 1 piece of art before they destroy 3 pieces and set off the alarms.
Oh god.
So their time is out.
Okay, yeah, they're not made for this.
No. Well, and here's the other thing. They did pick the biggest person to be
The
the Claw. Now,
which,
Michael did ask to do that.
uh-huh.
Is it because he's the mole and he can cause the most damage? However, Hannah is also suspicious of Muna in this because Muna, they figure out the pulley system, and then Muna is like, oh, I thought it was this one for that. And kind of the way that they break these pieces of art is because they're not getting the pulley system right. And so Michael is just kind of hovering above everything, and he can't fully control where his body, all of his body is.
Yeah.
If he's low enough.
Uh-huh.
So he just accidentally bumps these pieces of art with
Yeah.
his feet. So
Yeah. Interesting.
there's,
I'm most suspicious at the moment of Michael and Muna. But that'll probably change.
We'll see.
Next episode.
honestly, they drag this finale out probably 2.5 episodes.
Jesus.
It's kind of fucking annoying. Like, I get it on one hand, on the other, I'm like,
Just
wrap
do
it up.
it. Tighten it up.
Make your dreams be a reality. Anyway.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yes. So before they take the last quiz, the second to last quiz, before it's the final 3, Hannah remarks that this would be the worst time to go home.
Yeah.
So guess who goes home?
Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Brutal.
very brutal and upsetting.
Brutal.
Yeah. So we're down to our last 3 players, Muna, Michael, and Sean. Before the final quiz, they do a map puzzle. They're like shown these maps and they have to memorize them.
Okay.
And then each player goes and does a different map. And if they make a wrong step, they like land on a landmine. They don't get blown up, obviously.
Yeah.
But-
Might be some violations.
Yeah, but they can't go any further. And thus don't add money to the pot. You know, there's suspicions because, oh, we told him this one and he went this way. And the player is like, well, they told me this, they told me that direction and I went it. But okay, did you go right diagonal or left diagonal? So,
Okay. And which one was not taking the directions?
Sean
Okay.
was the one that did it the most, I think. I think
Okay.
Michael did a couple. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, Sean would be a great choice for the mole, but I feel like it's too obvious.
Right?
With them having revealed that he was an undercover cop.
Yeah.
Like, if that wasn't revealed until after, like, the end,
Right.
then yeah, that guy was the mole, you know?
Yeah.
But because we know that and knew that so early on, I feel like that's a red herring,
Right.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
False flag.
Yes. But it would also be a really good, I think it would be a great way to throw a wrench in it.
There's that too. I mean,
Bring him
we
in, not make him
know-
the mole.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Or make him the mole and watch everybody convince themselves he's not the mole because he's too obvious.
exactly.
It's all mind games.
Precisely. So all of the players are brought back to see the winner be named and also the mole be outed. Do you want to guess who the mole is? Or the winner?
Gonna guess the mole.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Michael.
Okay. So who do you think wins?
Sean.
Okay.
Am I wrong on both fronts?
Yes. So I was really gunning for Muna. We talked about this a little bit in the last episode we did on this. Muna is the age that her mother brought them over to America.
Right.
Because they're refugees.
Right.
So this money would be absolutely
Life-changing.
life-changing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it would be life-changing for anybody.
Yeah.
Michael wants this money to, his dad has been very supportive, even though he's gay. He's had a supportive parent, which can be rare. So he wants to like help pay his dad back for that. Sean also wants to prove to his family that he can contribute, even though he's retired. And he wants to pay off his wife's student loans.
Aw.
Yeah. And at one point, I can't remember which player says it, but they're like, I don't think anybody is lying about who they are as people,
Right.
but they are lying about being the mole,
Yeah.
which is true. So I was gunning for Muna personally to win.
I like Muna, but she was my second guess as mole.
That's fair.
So I didn't say that I thought she would win because then I'd be double wrong.
Yeah. So the mole is Sean.
Damn,
Yeah.
it was the mind games.
And I think no matter what, he would have been a good choice in this
Yeah.
game.
Uh-huh.
I think it would have been really interesting had we not known the whole time
Right.
that he was, because that was also
Well-
something I thought, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, just we were talking a couple minutes ago
Yeah.
about how, yeah, he could be the mole, and we all just tie ourselves in knots going, nah, that's too easy.
Right? Yeah. Well, and it made me think of like, okay, you know, the only reason that they had to reveal it was because Michael watched his video. And found that out.
Right.
Like, the game would have been way different.
Oh, yeah. If he
So-
had just been a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah. If he had lied about being an undercover cop at one point in his life.
Right.
Like, just wild. Absolutely wild. So,
He was the right choice for it.
yeah.
I mean, now thinking of it from a casting director's standpoint, duh.
Right, yeah.
Like, yeah, you're gonna choose the person who had to lie professionally or get got
Yes.
as the mole.
I mean, Michael made some very fair points, in my opinion, of why he would be a good choice to be the mole. Is he hid his sexuality and who he was for many years.
Many years.
So,
And he's very disarming in appearance.
absolutely, yeah.
Like, he's friend-shaped. Like, I look at him and go, yeah, he's
Right, yeah.
probably fine.
And that's also why, like, in confessionals, Sean was like, I think that Michael is the mole because even though he does this suspicious shit, people still trust him. Mm-hmm. So,
Yep.
yeah. Both of them would have been a great choice. Sean would have been a great choice to be a player as well as the mole.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
just hands down. I think Mona would have been a good choice, too. A lot of them would have been.
Yeah.
So,
What's funny is I wasn't suspicious of Muna until she helped Q, weirdly.
okay.
Because I was like, okay, she was very honest.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Used the mom voice and everything. Like, I'm like, that would be a great opportunity
Yes.
to establish your honesty
Yes. Absolutely.
while being dishonest about some other things.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what's funny is, yeah, somebody being very honest is what made me
Right,
think
yeah.
they were the liar.
Very fair.
Oh,
Okay. I don't think we've revealed the winner.
no, who
Okay.
won?
The winner of $154,000
Pot went back up.
is Michael.
Hey!
Yeah.
All right.
I
mean,
I was gunning for Muna,
Muna.
my girl, but I'm happy that Michael won it as well.
Yeah.
None of them are people that I don't think are deserving.
no, yeah.
So.
And she gets paid for airtime.
Exactly. That was something I was
Yeah.
thinking about because I was like, wait, what is the mole's motivation to be here? And then I
Right.
was like, oh yeah, they're going to get paid per episode.
They're still getting paid.
Yes. yeah. So,
Uh-huh.
but it does make me wonder. I really wish I had looked that up. I should have, but I didn't. So I researched some things for this round of episodes.
Yay! All right, so that was the Mole season
Yeah.
2.
I really can't wait until we get a season 3. I love watching this show,
I like the Mole.
and it's a fun one.
Yeah,
It's the best one that we cover, so
10 out of 10. Loves
Yeah.
some Mole times.
yeah.
We'll be back next week with something else. So
Whatever
until-
Taylor decides.
Yeah, whatever is on our schedule. It's been predestined. Until then, you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, all at Much Do Some Shit. With that, special shout out to our patrons,
Emma, Florence, and Meg.
Thanks so much, guys. We appreciate you. We appreciate everyone for listening. And we will see you all next week. Bye.